Ladies and gentlemen, a man who keeps his promises.
Oh, yeah.
Our Commander-in-Chief and President of the United States, Barack Obama.
A huge round of applause, not just for that introduction, but for his extraordinary service to our country and to our veterans. It's good to see all of you. We've got Bobby Scott, your great congressman, in the House. We've got your next congressman, Paul Hirschfield, is here. We are very proud to have an Olympic gold medalist, Francina McCurry, 4x400 relay winner. I'm not that fast. I was watching those folks on TV. I said, those are some fast people. It is good to be back in Norfolk. This is our last stop on the way to the convention. I decided to come back here today despite the fact that back in March, Norfolk State ruined my NCAA. But I want you to know I've got no hard feelings. Let's just say you owe me one. Now, I know that whatever I say here today, it's going to be, at best, a distant second to the speech you will hear tonight from the star of the Obama family, Michelle Obama. You know, this is just like a relay, and you start off with the fastest person. So I'm going to be at home, and I'm going to be watching it with our girls, and I am going to try not to let them see their daddy cry. Because when Michelle starts talking, I start getting all misty. But I'm looking forward to being in Charlotte myself. I'll go down there tomorrow. And, you know, last week, our friends in the other party had their convention. Don't boo, vote. Vote. In case some of you missed it, some of you didn't DVR the Republican convention. Let me give you a basic recap. Basically, they said, first of all, everything's bad, and it's Obama's fault, and Governor Romney knows the secret. to creating jobs and growing the economy. The only problem was he kept it secret.
Are you recording it?
Yeah. There was a lot of talk about hard truths and bold choices, but they never bothered to tell you what they were. And when my opponent had the chance to offer his secret sauce, he did not offer a single new idea. It was just retreads of the same old policies that have been sticking it to the middle class for years.
That's right.
They spent a lot of time talking about me, but they didn't spend a lot of time talking about you. They didn't talk a lot about how we're going to move forward so that the middle class is strong, so that the economy is growing for everybody. They spend even less time talking about their plans. And that's not just because they know you won't like it, but it's because they know you saw what happened when we tried it. You've lived through it, and you know we can't afford to repeat it. I mean, think about it. A plan that says we're going to make middle-class families pay for another budget-busting $250,000 tax cut for people making $3 million a year or more. That's not really persuasive to most people. We don't think that will magically translate into jobs or prosperity for people. We know families won't be better off if we undo all the Wall Street reforms we put into place to prevent another financial crisis. Or that we're going to be better off if we remove rules to protect our air and our water. Or if we're going to take away protections we put in place to make sure that health care is there for you when you get sick. And we are certainly positive that the best way to strengthen Medicare isn't to turn it into a voucher that leaves seniors paying additional costs out of pocket. That's not a plan to create jobs. It's not a plan to lower the deficit. It's not a plan to strengthen the middle class. It's not a plan to strengthen this country. We believe in something better. We believe in an America that says our economic strength doesn't come from the top down. It comes from the middle out. It comes from the bottom up. It comes from workers and students and small business owners and a strong, thriving middle class. We believe in an America where going to school doesn't depend on how much money you have. We believe in an America where getting decent health care doesn't depend on how much money you've got. We believe in an America that leads with our military, but also takes care of our veterans and stands up for our ideals and shows the power of our example. We believe in an America where no matter who you are, where you come from, what you look like, what your last name is, you can pursue your own happiness and you can make it if you try. That's what these last 4 years have been about. That's what this campaign's about. And that's why I'm running for a second term as President of the United States. Now the other side may not have been eager to talk about their ideas, but on Thursday night I'm going to look forward to sharing mine with you. On Thursday night I will offer what I believe is a better path forward. A path that will create good jobs and strengthen our middle class and grow our economy. And the good news is, Virginia, that in just 2 months, you get to choose which path we take. You can choose their path, give massive new tax cuts to folks who've already made it, or you can choose my plan. I want to keep taxes low for every American who's out there still trying to make it. I've cut taxes by a total of about $3,600 for the typical family. I kept my promise to cut taxes for middle-class families and for small businesses. And now I'm running to make sure that taxes aren't raised by a single dime on your family's first $250,000 of income. Which, by the way, means 98% of Americans wouldn't pay a single dime more in income tax. But that will be up to you. It'll be up to your vote. I mean, you can decide whether we give new jobs and new industries to countries like China, or whether we fight for those jobs in places like Virginia. Unlike my opponent, I want to stop giving tax breaks to companies that are shipping jobs overseas. Let's give those tax breaks to companies that are investing right here in American plants, in American factories, and American jobs, so we can go out there and make products stamped with three proud words, made in America. That's why I'm running for a second term. When a young person asked Governor Romney what he could do to help folks go to college, he suggested borrow money from your parents. Don't boo. Vote. But maybe he wasn't aware that there are actually some young people whose parents would love to give them the money and don't have it. So that's one path. My path is to make sure America once again leads the world in educating our kids and training our workers. Let's help more young people afford the kind of education you students get here at Norfolk State. Let's keep investing more in our HBCUs. Let's continue to make sure that Pell Grants are there for folks who need it. Let's help more folks go to community college to get the skills and the training that companies are hiring for right now. Governor Romney wants to end the tax credit we created that is saving families up to $10,000 over 4 years in tuition costs. I want to expand it because higher education, that's not a luxury anymore. It is an economic necessity in the 21st century for every family, and every family should be able to afford it. That's what we're fighting for. That's why I'm running for a second term. But it's going to be up to you. You'll make the choice. Virginia, you can choose an energy plan written by and for the big oil companies. That's Governor Romney's plan. Or you can choose a strategy that taps into all of America's resources and ingenuity. You know, renewable energy isn't imaginary. Those jobs that we're creating in wind power and solar power, those aren't a fad. And I think it's time to stop giving $4 billion a year in taxpayer subsidies that are going to big oil companies that are making money every time you go to the pump. And let's invest in homegrown energy sources that will create good jobs here in the United States of America. That's a choice in this election. And it's up to you whether we go back to a healthcare system that says insurance companies can deny you coverage whenever they want. I think we need to keep moving forward with the new healthcare law. It's cutting costs, it's covering more people, it's saving lives. You know, they like to call it Obamacare. Well, let me tell you, I do care. I care about all the young people who are able to stay on their parents' plans now. I care about the seniors who are seeing lower prescription drug costs. I care about folks with pre-existing conditions who can't be denied care now. Governor Romney has promised that he would overturn Obamacare on his first day in office, which means he'd kick nearly 7 million young people off their parents' plans. He'd make seniors' prescription drugs more expensive. Maybe we should call this plan Romney Doesn't Care. But I do care. And this law is here to stay. And we're not going to refight the battles we've already fought over the last 4 years. We're not going backwards. We're moving forward. That's why I'm running for re-election. This November, you get to decide the future of the war in Afghanistan. By the end of this month, I will have brought home 33,000 troops. I've said we will end this war in 2014. Governor Romney last week didn't have a word to say about Afghanistan.